Hey, what's up guys? Steven, the Salon Guy here, and after about 80,000 requests for this tutorial, I'm ready to do it. This is River Phoenix from the movie Running on Empty. Okay, so let's break down what I did for the River Phoenix haircut from the movie Running on Empty. We started in the back, and in the nape area, what I did is I point cut on the base, and that just gives it a little bit of a softer length and a softer texture throughout the bottom, so it's not just such a harsh line. Then what I did is I held everything straight out and I cut everything to where the back was probably about, I'd say, 1.5 inches in length, all the way to the very nape. Then I worked my way up, and I progressively was getting longer and longer in through the middle area and then through the top back of the head, cutting it to where it was about 2.5 inches, then 3 inches, then probably about 4.5 inches or so right in the top back of the head. And then what I did is I point cut a little bit just to give it a little texture. Then what I did is I held everything straight out from the head, and then I point cut that just to give it a balanced and a very soft textured layered look. And it also helps to check to make sure that the haircut's even by doing that. So I held everything straight out from the head horizontally, point cut into it, and that's how we created the back. Then, working through the top back is I followed the roundness of the head and blended the top back in through the top back of the head area, so I can then have a guide to move towards the front. Then after I blended everything, then I took a section right from in the top back of the head and then held everything straight up to where it was about, I'd say, 4.5 inches the most on the very top, and I point cut everything. And point cutting means I'm using the tips of the shears and I'm literally notching and point cutting into the hair, so it gives it more of a jagged look, so it's not just this harsh straight line. And that's really, really good for layered haircuts like this. It gives it a lot of movement. Then we worked all the way to the very, very front, point cutting it. The very front I left a little bit longer. I'd say the very front comes down to probably about the tip of the nose or so. So it's probably about 5 inches the most in the very, very front. Then what I did is held everything out again from the corners of the head, and that is going to remove weight in the corners. Again, I point cutted it going from the back all the way towards the very front. And then I did the same thing on the very bottom, is I blended it all in to make sure it has a nice flow to it. I connected it and then I point cut. Then I combed everything horizontally and I held it straight out and actually used the comb instead of my fingers, and then point cut into that going from the bottom of the sides all the way to the very, very top, and just that's gonna again give it some nice texture and a little bit more of a softer layered look. Then what I did once the cut was complete, I used Tidal Wave to spray in the hair, which is going to give it a very soft, kind of natural, beachy, kind of messy look. And then I blow dried it using my fingers. And then as you can see here, we have the finished result. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I know a lot of you have wanted this for a very long time, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I would love to see some comments on it. Don't forget to like and also subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more tutorials with the Salon Guy.